Coming up, we'll be talking about Cruella's box office success, Disney Plus Hotstar launching in Malaysia, and also Disney moving 2 Marvel movies. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's on DisneyPlus.com. It's Monday. It's time to jump into some of today's big Disney Plus news. With like the Memorial weekends and the bank holiday weekend, there's not a huge amount of news, but there's a few things that we kind of wanted to talk about. First, on June the 1st, Disney Plus Hotstar is launching in Malaysia. As of the time of recording, it's just gone past midnight there and is now available. So you can jump in to Disney Plus Hotstar in Malaysia and you can download loads of Marvel. You've got Star Wars, you've got Disney, you've got Pixar, but also there's lots of localized content as well. If you're an Astro user as well, you can use that device. You kind of have to log in and kind of change what you're doing in there. But great to see Disney Plus available in another region. Obviously using the Disney Plus Hotstar branding does mean that they kind of can branch out and do a lot more content. You're going to have lots of content as well from 20th Century Studios Searchlight as well. So loads of stuff. So if you're going to be watching Disney Plus Hotstar in Malaysia, let me know in the comments below. Disney's Cruella has had a fantastic first weekend at the box office, which has kind of really come back this past week with loads more people going out for the Memorial weekend. You know, lots of people kind of getting back to normal all over the world. But in the US especially, people have been heading back to the cinema. A Quiet Place Part 2 pretty much was able to smash all the records of all the pandemic cinema releases, kind of pulling in $57 million inside of the US alone, and which is nearly on par with what the first movie did, even outside of the pandemic. A lot of people are fantastic about the idea that that movie has done this. You know, it's the first big movie to have done it. There's a 45-day exclusivity before it will go to Paramount Plus. But with Cruella, they pulled in 27 million, which, while it's obviously a lot behind A Quiet Place Part 2, there's a couple of reasons for that. Obviously, Disney Plus Premier Access release is a big thing for that. And there'll be a lot of people that would have purchased it at home. And Disney haven't announced any details about how well that's done. But they've even got to just be happy with how Cruella did. Disney's global theatrical distribution head, Tony Chambers, is over the moon with both movies having a huge success. He went on to say, "This weekend rep for many their first experiences going back to the theatre and seeing the security measures in place. Audiences got to love the trailers for the upcoming summer blockbuster movies this summer. It'll invite them to come back and do it all over again." Obviously, Cruella would have done a lot better had it not been on Disney Plus Premier Access at the same time. But this is kind of something we're going to have to kind of see how it all works with. We've got a couple more movies set to come to Disney Plus Premier Access this summer, including Black Widow and also Jungle Cruise. So, you know, if Disney are getting good numbers from that, it might continue after that. But we're really starting to see it, cinema going, kind of pulling back to kind of what it was before the pandemic. We're going to have to see how this all works. But definitely big news just for cinemas as a whole and just movies and kind of getting back to some kind of normality. There's not quite going to go the full way back because now the theatrical windows have been drastically cut since the pandemic, and I don't think they'll ever go back to that. And finally, Disney has announced some scheduling changes that are going to be coming to their upcoming movies. First up, Searchlight Pictures' The Eyes of Tammy Faye has been pulled forward a week and will now release on September the 17th instead of September the 24th. Disney has also moved back an untitled Marvel movie from October the 7th, 2022 until the 6th of October 2023. This has caused a domino effect with Disney removing an untitled Disney live action title that was originally supposed to release on that date. Another change which was made to the schedule has seen Disney replace an untitled 20th Century Studios film that was due to be released on November the 10th, 2023 with a new untitled Marvel film which will be released a week earlier on November the 3rd, 2023. It's unknown which movies these are going to be, but it's been speculated that one of them might be Blade, which was previously announced at the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con. Obviously, over the last year, we've kind of got used to Disney reshuffling movies around, and some of this might just be down to development and kind of how the production's going, but also maybe, you know, they've got all these different movies all over the place and just sorting them all out. But obviously that will have a big impact eventually on what arrives on Disney Plus after that. But nevertheless, let me know what you've been watching on Disney Plus over this Memorial weekend. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.